We have talked a lot lately about sexual assault, but with all the high-profile stories coming out in the media, one group that's been getting less attention is, in fact, among the most vulnerable, people with disabilities. As Tina Martin shows us, a Boston program is looking to change that.
We're ready. Let me go. Let me go. Run away, y'all.
Christine Leary is learning how to gouge someone in the eye and run.
Because I don't want anybody to hurt me.
Because you don't want anybody to hurt you?
No.
This is a self-defense class with a little bit of a twist. It's specially designed for people like Leary, who has Down syndrome.
It's kind of fun.
It's a fun class?
Yeah.
Should I go? That's a lot of money, guys.
The Impact Ability Training Program is part of the nonprofit Impact Boston. The goal is to empower people with disabilities and teach them abuse prevention and safety skills.
No. I'm not for sale.
I'm not for sale.
Meg Stone is the program's director.
Every national, state, or local study that has looked at sexual abuse of people with disabilities has found that people with disabilities, but particularly intellectual disabilities, are at significantly higher risk of experiencing sexual abuse.
At least 7 times more likely, according to unpublished data from the Justice Department, which was recently obtained by NPR. Stone says that's because they are more vulnerable.
They are too often taught to comply with the wishes of people without disabilities. You can run your disability service program much more efficiently if everyone eats the same breakfast and gets dressed in the way that you want them to and gets on the same van. But what that does is that it sends people with intellectual disabilities the message that their wants and their needs and their choices don't matter.
Please don't touch me.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to buy. Are you like mad or something?
No, it's not you. It's just that I don't like to be touched. It's my body, my rules.
I didn't.
Mandy Doyle is one of the instructors at Impact Ability and says these classes take every individual into consideration.
Ways that people communicate differently, ways that their physical body might be different. So how can they access self-defense skills in a way that will work for them?
Let me go! Let me go!
You'll help.
And the scenarios they play out are very real.
When we do the role play scenarios, another instructor plays the characters, the perpetrator, and I stand right next to them and help them figure out what they're going to say, what they're going to do with their body.
Christine Leary felt pretty good at the end of class and says the most important part of preventing abuse is this.
Tell someone you trust.
It's just one of many lessons the Impact Ability team hopes Leary and the rest of her class never have to use.
The guy named Bill kept touching me, my knee.
Hey, Tina, good to see you.
There.
So why is it important for these people to tell someone that they trust if something occurs that shouldn't have?
Well, you saw in the piece, Christine Leary said that that's the important part, and it's because they depend on so many other people in order to function and live. And so your caretaker may not necessarily be someone that you trust. So, part of the class is helping them to kind of decipher who they can talk to if someone's making them feel uncomfortable.
These look like really intense situations. I kind of got a knot in my stomach watching. What do they do to help these people decompress after they train them?
Yeah, Mandy Doyle, the instructor, gave people a few minutes just to deep breathe and relax a little bit because it was intense. And you saw some of them. It's very physical.
Yeah.
They had to actually do the actions in order to learn how to defend themselves.
So they have a way to help.
Correct.
Them. All right, Tina Martin, thank you. Good to see you.
You bet.